Morning all, it is first thing in the morning, about 7:30 or so. I'm just about to jump in the shower, but before I do, I feel I'd give you a little tour of where I stayed last night, where I'm staying for the next couple of days. So this is the boat. That's my Couchsurfers room at the bottom there. And if you look through the windows, look at all that. Beautiful city of Miami. It's all electric boat as well. All electric boats. So this is the shower. Cold water. Sit there. You have a shower. There's the loo. No paper whatsoever is allowed down there. Nothing is allowed down there. Oh, and under here, these are the battery packs. So, yeah, so it's quite a lot. They do quite a lot. And then up on the roof, there's solar panels. So this boat is entirely self-sustaining, which is just awesome. The only way to get to the mainland is either to swim or via rowing boat. So I think Juan has gone off to do something on the mainland. So I'm gonna grab myself a shower and be all prepped and ready to be cycling, because he's gonna lend me his bike over to Miami Beach again today to meet up with some dude I met yesterday. So we'll see how that goes. Keep you all updated. We are in Miami, down at Miami Beach, in one of the hotels.
Surf Comer.
Pardon?
Surf Comer Hotel.
Surf Coma Hotel. And we're just having a wander, looking at them all.
They're like, I actually have some. I have a rocking chair like this.
Oh,
actually,
are these traditional Miami rocking chairs?
They are actually. These are the abuela chairs.
Oh.
Yeah. So like, abuela would sit on there and she would talk about,
Who?
communism in Cuba and stuff, and drink her cafecito and stuff.
Who? Oh,
Abuela.
I don't know who that is.
That's
Grandmother.
grandmother.
Oh, I was talking about. I thought you meant a specific person. You were talking about your grandmother.
No, well, not mine, but that's like your average, abuela in Miami. That's what
Oh, okay.
talk about, Cuba and stuff with her, coffee that's so sweet, like Cuban coffee. It's so sweet. Have you had Cuban coffee, sir?
Am I?
Yeah, it's very sweet.
Yeah, it is. They mix it with brown sugar.
We're vlogging, by the way, so we're just.
So say hi.
talking.
Say hi to the United Kingdom.
Oh, hello.
Did you like it?
It was pretty good.
It's just too sweet, I think. But...
Where are you from?
I'm from Minnesota.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, enjoy your travels, man.
Thank you.
Random palm tree, something a little bit flat. I think most of the tourists are from the US.
So what?
Most of the tourists are from the US. What happened to your eye?
Boxing.
Ah,
Yeah.
literally only just now.
And I can't walk. My right leg is fucked.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, you mentioned you got
Yeah.
quite a spa.
Yeah, I'll show you the videos in the bus. Yeah, you'll see some videos, and then you'll see the guys. Forget about that,
Okay,
right?
go on,
I mean, that's
go.
why. That's the whole reason why we're here.
Go
You know, we're in search for the truth. Are we not, Izzy?
We are in search of the truth.
We're in search of the truth,
Absolutely.
okay?
Yeah, we are.
Okay, so right over here, right in the sky, we have chemicals being, taken out from planes and being put out into the ozone layer, and that's how they brainwash us and make us watch TikTok all day long without taking a break. So that's kind of what happens.
That's what it is.
And it just, it makes the food a lot more stronger, for us to get brainwashed. Putting more chemicals. That's right. Just infusing it with chemicals.
You're gonna be
making
buying,
us dumb.
Have you got tin foil under there? Is that what that is?
It's actually, I don't want to take it out right now because then people are gonna see me, and I don't want my Minnesota friend to judge me. I mean, so that's kind of like why I'm not gonna take it off. But yeah, that's what it is. But we're in search of the truth, are we not?
We are absolutely in search of the truth. That's what life's all about. Look,
That's what it
another plane up there.
Yeah, exactly.
Chemtrailing about.
Exactly. We're just getting all these chemicals inside of us.
Exactly. Making a
Making war within
Planet.
ourselves.
population.
Yeah. These reptilians, we gotta take them out, right, sir?
Exactly.
And then this is where we were actually. Oh wait, this is the light view.
She has the silver half. Is that what it says?
This is a live view of Miami Beach.
Wow.
Yeah. We were right over here.
Yeah.
Right over here. And then this is the remodeling right here. You see that? You see how big it is? It's huge. They're like remodeling everything. There's a lot of like old hotels here that they're remodeling, and because they're just so old, you know, and they just have to like do a bunch of work on it. That's the kitchen thing.
The kitchen. Very nice. This is where they have their dinner.
So now we are in the study. Welcome.
My father has one of those. I got it for him for Christmas.
What is that?
It's something that you can use it to it's like an old school calendar, I think.
It's pretty nice, right?
These eyes up here.
You have some wine over here. Some 100-year-old wine.
Is that the temperatures on the wine?
I wonder how old that wine is, though.
It's probably the good stuff, I would imagine.
Probably.
But it costs a fortune to stay here. Okay.
So welcome to the 5-star hidden restaurant where the plastics are gonna die later. You have some special chopsticks, which I don't know how to use because I'm retarded. Remember that one?
You
I don't have a degree.
Use learn how to use chopsticks. It's a great skill.
Yeah.
It's a great one of those skills in life, you know. Some random lips on the wall.
Random lips. Some TV. Yeah, that's the kitchen early.
So it is.
And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am narrating all of this while I'm tracking the bus. So I might not be the smartest, but you know, I could multitask definitely, and I could chew gum and walk at the same time. Far out.
That's a skill like that. Oh, there's some other stairs you could potentially go down. Someone's going to come up in the minute and be like, "Get out."
So what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want?
Can you do that?
Bartender? What do you want? I got cups, I got whiskey, I got alcohol, I got bourbon, I got whatever. That was my best cocktail, what is it? Tom Cruise impressions.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's believable. I'm buying it.
Yeah, I tried my best, you know. Alright, let's get out of here.
So every spring break, apparently, they put fences up around the roads.
For what reason? I do not know. I guess it's to
Stop,
like, clog up the streets, or for them to like not fall on the streets because they're drunk and miserable, and you know their parents pay so much money to like afford their tuition, and they're out here, you know, partying and drugging each other.
Next traffic.
Oh, look, check this out. Let me sit right here.
Okay, so it is 5 p.m. and I'm heading back to the boat where I'm staying this evening, and I believe we're going to go out for dinner this evening. Look at this wonderful view. God, so I met up with Sebastian, and he had to go to work, so I was like, I'll get public transport. So he's got one of them like passes on the train, where you buy like a monthly pass and it'll let you on the train many times as you like. So he was like, just scan it through. Like, so he gave me the card and was like, scan it through and then just pass it back to me through the railings. So that didn't cost me any money. And then I got off at the right tube stop, and then it was like, okay, I need to get the bus. But I got on the wrong, well, I didn't get on the wrong bus, I got on the right bus, but it's the wrong bloody direction. So I then realised it was taking me up instead of down. So then I had to get off the bus. Well, I ended up speaking to this woman. I said, can you help me? This woman at the bus stop. She didn't speak a word of English. And all those people out there that doubted me, that said there's absolutely no point in learning Spanish before you go to Miami. Well, I'd still be stuck there now if I didn't know any Spanish, because this woman didn't speak a word of English. She was like, no entiendo. And I was like, I know what to do. So I asked her, I told her what I wanted, where I was going, all that kind of stuff, and she very kindly told me exactly what it was I needed to do. Then when we got to the other end, I then got back to the train station, and then I then had to get off the bus, walk across the street and get another bus, so that's what I did wrong. I got on the wrong side of the street, or something along those lines, because it was the train station. It was weird. And then this woman was like, oh, this woman's heading in that direction also. So then I had a lovely conversation with her, again in Spanish, on the way to the bus stop. But then I was like, oh, donde la parada? And she was like, oh, aquí, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, and then while I was waiting for the bus stop, because the woman was like, said to me, I only needed 1 quarter. So I got my change out and looked at her, but she pointed at a quarter. And then I turned to the guy sat next to me at the bus station, who was from Cuba. And I was like, and said to him in Spanish, because somebody else didn't speak English. It's very cheap, isn't it, a quarter? But the bus, and he was like, no, it's $2.25. I'm like, ooh. So thanks to my Spanish speaking, I was able to navigate. Got on 3 buses, and the first bus didn't actually cost me anything, because I tapped my bank card and nothing happened, and the guy asked me to do it again. I did it again, nothing happened, and he just went, go through. He just sort of went, said, go through. So I assumed something must have happened, but I checked my bank account, nothing happened. So I'm assuming he was just fed up and couldn't be bothered dealing with it, so just let me on for free, which is still well and good, because it didn't take me in the direction I wanted it to take me in. And then the second one cost me 25 a quarter to get back to the station. And then when I said to the woman at the bus stop who told me it was $2.25, I said, oh, well, what's $2.25? And then she sort of gave $2 and then gave me a quarter and said, use this. And I said, oh, I've got change. No, use that. So then I kept, so the first quarter, and that quarter she gave me kind of got cancelled out. And then when I got on the bus, the change machine wasn't working. So they only took the $2, and they were like, we'll keep the other 25 cents because the change machine isn't working. Anyway, cut a long story short, it cost me $1.75 to get from town to here, using a combination of free train fares, my expert use of learning Spanish, and me getting on 3 buses and ended up in the wrong direction and all sorts of stuff. Left town at like 3, it's now 5 o'clock. I got off the train station at Coconut Grove at 4 p.m. and it was a 45-minute walk. Should have just walked, because it's now 5 o'clock and I'm just getting there. Anyway, here's a beautiful view. And the Lego buildings, a lot more Lego buildings. Can we turn it off a minute? God. You want it? Yeah. I'll leave it on, it's alright. Turn this off? Yeah. That is the Miami skyline. That's Miami Beach. And that is the other island. And we are sailing.
Hey, sailing on 24 feet CNC Canadian boat in Biscayne Bay, legendary Biscayne Bay. A lot of sailing down here, guys.
It's great. Smoking away.
Yeah. Waiting for the sunset.
Nice. Nice. In Coconut Grove, not sure, Corvette. at that. Beautiful. And the meal was nice. The meal was really nice. Finished off by some chocolate cake. Beautiful. Morning, morning, morning. So last night me and my couch surfer went to Red Farm, which is this really nice new restaurant that's just opened in Coconut Grove. And the guy that he works for is like some really rich businessman, so he pays for a hotel a couple of nights a week for him if he wants to crash in a hotel instead of living on the boat. So last night, got a free hotel. That was the view from the balcony. This is facing North Miami, not South Miami, so I'm assuming hotels on the other side of the building are going to be slightly more expensive. So yeah, this is where he slept. And this is where I slept. And then hopefully going to go and see the boat today of the guy that the boat who works for. Apparently it's a nice boat, so I'm gonna go do that. So yeah, happy days. Hi. Okay, so I've just been inside the Biscayne Bay Yacht Club, which is this one here. We weren't really allowed to film properly, like on the jetties or anything like that. So the Biscayne Bay Yacht Club is the most prestigious yacht club in all of Miami. It's only about 200 members. In order to become a member, you need to know at least 2 people that are already members here. You should see this gate to get in. And so my couch surfing host works for a guy who he's like a sailor, and this yacht club is basically just where all the old money is. So you got the old money, this sailing club, and then next door you've got all the up and coming like yacht club. You know, all the up and coming rich people, you know, want to put their boats. So anyway, he gave me a tour of the person who works for his boat. He's like a billionaire sailor dude. He makes sails. I think that's how he got his money or something. And he basically bought the boat for like 10 million. And it's got like, it can sleep like 8 people. It's really cool. Like there's full on beds, there's showers, there's toilets, there's like, it really showed me like the engine room and how all that works. Like the winches, how it, you know, the drives and the navigator. It's like, it's fully it's self-driving as well. It's got like night vision and stuff like that, so it can drive itself and all that kind of stuff. It's a really beautiful boat. It cost about 10 million. It's massive. And the guy was like, and my couchsurfing host was like, oh yeah, he thinks it's not big enough, so he's too small for him, so he wants a bigger one. So he's getting it made at the moment. He's going to get it in December, this bigger boat. So God knows how much that's going to cost him. But he's like, oh yeah, he's a really sound boat to work for. He always mucks in, or if he's working on the boat, his boss comes out, said anything I could do to help, all that kind of thing. So yeah, $10 million boat. Very nice piece of machinery, but it's white and it would take an absolute, I bet that is not pleasant to clean. But yeah, entirely made of fiberglass. Yeah, how the other world live, eh?